Welcome back, friends. So today I'm going to go into two books that I read recently that I thought were great books. And I'm here to just not really compare books of similar genres, but compare two books that I finished. And I think there's similarities in the stories. Not really same genre, not really same type of book, but I'm trying to compare them because I think that's more interesting versus just reviewing a book. If you want just one book reviews, just write it in the comments and I'll try to do that. But this one, first book is Project Hail Mary, and the second one is James. Both of these I thought were great reads. I do think with James, you have to go into maybe having read or summarized the adventures of Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer, perhaps, so you can understand the significance of this. I was surprised because I didn't know that's what this was based on. And I didn't know you can just, maybe they pay some kind of fee to that. I didn't know you can just take stories and add to it to make it your own. I thought, there's copyright issues with that, but very surprised to see that. Pleasantly surprised. So this is basically James, who is taking place with Huck Finn. It's in that same storyline, and it's his path through the slavery days, getting free, trying to find his family. His main motive is family, and his main superpower is being able to speak and write in a eloquent way, to the point where the slave masters or other white people of that era, they wouldn't expect it. And when he accidentally slips up a few times, they're all like, what the heck? How do you speak so well? How do you speak like that? And his journey is supplemented with characters like many novels, like the Huck Finn character. They help him get to that ending. They help him at least come to a positive ending, come to a conclusion, not a happy ending, but an ending that you're like, okay, I feel the closure. It's over. I'm happy with this book. It's not leaving me wanting more. It's not leaving me saying, oh, why did they end it this way? This isn't a resolution. With Hail Mary, just like that, it's a journey. There's other characters involved with the main protagonist. It's basically someone having to go into space, science fiction novel, having to go into space to save Earth, and what this character encounters while in space on his mission to save Earth. The movie's coming out soon, so probably the book's going to be better than the movie. I would personally rate this one a 9 and this one an 8.5 out of 10. If you're looking for, I know this one I think was rated the best book of 2024 by some publications. If you're looking for something that's pretty good, both of these are great. I know some people hate science fiction, so you may not want this. I love science fiction and I loved it more. So maybe if you read it and you're not a big fan of science fiction, you might think this is more like along an 8. Some people say that this is too sciencey. But Andy does take steps to try to make the science accurate. His research he does before writing, from what I read, is he wants this to be a real book. So maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson can't comment on it and say, hey, this part's fake, this part's fake. It's based on real science. I don't want to, I think who he encounters or what he encounters in space. But other than that, it's an adventure book. They're both adventure books. They're both people who set at some point and they have to make it to the other side, and you want to know, do they get there? What happens there? Who's waiting there? Do they succeed? Do they lose? What happens to them? Do they lose a limb? Do they lose a leg? Do they lose their voice box? What happens to them in that journey? So it's a journey, and that's why I'm comparing both of them. They both also have yellow on the cover. I'm just joking. That has nothing to do with it, but both great books. Last time I reviewed The Martyr and The Emperor of Gladness, and I'd put these above those two for sure. I know some people may be a little bit perhaps tired of slave books or books based upon the slavery. They want more modern books. They don't want historical books. But there's funny parts in there. There's very intriguing things in there that you're like, whoa, I didn't know that, or at least I said that. I didn't know that's how this happened. And you're left educated, you're left entertained, and you're left at least with closure at the end. I don't like books that don't have closure at the end. So if I give a book kind of a poor rating, it's because of that. I need there to be closure, and I can't have, if this was just depressing throughout the whole way, like I'm a slave, I'm getting beaten, I'm seeing people killed, I'm seeing people hanged, I'm seeing people killed over and over, I probably wouldn't have liked it. But it doesn't go through that. It has it up and down, up and down. It feels alive. So that's why I thought it was a great book, great read. I think many people would enjoy it. This one maybe less of it up and down because it's more, you know, there's less at stake. Only the main character's life. Well, the whole earth is at stake, but at least through his journey while he's trying to reach his destination, there's less at stake. It's his life. And he even goes into it expecting to not make it, because how do you go to the edge of space or the edge of your galaxy and, you know, make it? You know, that's just a question you may have. But a great, great ending. I thought the ending was absolutely great. So check it out. Check both of them out. Again, I rate this a 8.5. I rate this one 8. And in the next video, I'm going to get into an amazing book I read recently and one of my all-time favorites, if not favorite book I've ever read. Thanks for watching. This was Arash.